Yo, what is up, guys? It's your girl Exoternity back with another video, and today we're gonna be reacting to 14 horror stories animated. And this channel is, let me show y'all real quick. I'm actually gonna show y'all. This is Onesie Entertainment. Go subscribe to them, guys. Also, Onesie Entertainment. Please do not copyright strike me or take down my channel. I'm really sorry. I just wanted to react because y'all provide some great content, and I wanted to chill with my viewers, and we all chill and just watch some horror stories. And I thought of y'all for the best option, so they put out a compilation of May 2020 of all the scary stories they have did. So we're gonna be reacting to just a few because this video is an hour long. So we're gonna react to like a couple that equal to maybe 20 minutes or more. I don't know. It's depending on how I feel, guys. But grab your snacks and your juices, and I hope you're having an amazing day and staying productive and being safe. I don't have any snacks, but I got my cup of ice and my water so I can keep refilling because I already ate, so I'm not gonna be hungry. But with that being said, guys, let's get into the first animation. I'm super excited cause it's just gonna be good. Like, look at
I
their
was
animation
13
skills.
when
I'm
this
scared though, cause
happened.
I don't like being jump
My
scared.
parents left on a business trip to
Just gonna
LA,
pour up
so
some
I
water.
had to stay home. My dad gave me his card so that I could order whatever I needed, so I
She got
kinda
that cheese
enjoyed
pizza.
being alone.
That cheese
And I
pizza.
wasn't scared because I've been home alone so many times, and besides, it was only for 3
Oh yeah, she
days.
watching Law and Order.
Well, this was around the time the clowns were breaking into houses and doing
Oh
some weird
snap.
stuff. But they never
Oh
came to
man,
my area since they
I already
usually
know
hit
I'm
more
not finna
quiet
like this,
places,
cause I'm scared of clowns,
especially the
guys.
area near a forest. Although we had a fence that could easily allow someone to climb over, we didn't
Man, look
really
at this
think much about
animation
it
skill.
because
Shout out
the
to
area
Onesie.
where we
Y'all are
lived in
cold with
was
it.
very safe. Anyway,
I'm
it
scared.
was around 6 p.m. and this was in the winter, so it got dark pretty fast. We had a glass room at the back of the house, also known as a conservatory, and it leads straight to the garden.
Oh Lord.
The room was right
A
next to the
glass
kitchen.
room?
I
No,
got a
sir.
little hungry, so I went to the fridge, took out some snacks, and went back to the living room to continue watching TV.
Oh yeah, she big
There was a
chillin'.
roof on the glass room that intensified any sound that
They
landed
picked
on
out the
top of
rain,
it,
y'all.
even the gentlest drop of water. That day, it was raining heavily,
Look how good
so it
these
was
sounds
too noisy
sound.
to hear
And
anything
how good the
except the rain
animation is.
falls
This is about
pounding
to
on the
be
roof.
good, y'all. I'm
About a
telling you,
few
get your
minutes
snacks
later,
and your
I was
drinks.
quite sleepy, so I decided to go
Candy
up
or
to
some
my room
popcorn or
and
something.
lay down. I was about to grab my phone and check my social media, but then I heard something drop really hard on something downstairs. It really creeped me
Let
out.
me go turn
I
my
got really
headset down,
scared,
y'all,
but
cause
decided to go downstairs to
yes, sir.
check,
I'm
thinking
scared.
that it would be nothing. So I came
It's
out of
the
my room,
clowns. We
went
already
halfway
know.
down the staircase, and looked down the hallway. The whole area was dark, but I knew that someone was standing there.
Oh no,
I
chill
saw the
out.
glance of a
I'm
silhouette.
scared.
I quickly went to my room, trying not to make
Yo,
any
my eyes
noise.
just watered up.
Then I heard someone walking around the living room. I
Oh.
immediately called the police and whispered to the operator that I needed help ASAP. But all of a sudden, I had a sneezing
No.
fit.
She got the
I was so
corona?
panicked at that moment, so I instantly ran to the
I don't know what
bathroom
I'm more
since it was
scared
the
of.
only room with a lock. As I was
Why is that the
reaching the
only? I
bathroom,
don't like
he
how the
sprinted up the
steps.
stairs so fast.
Oh snap!
I
He didn't
locked
look
the
like he
door
came
and
up that
tried not
fast.
to cry. The man tried to open the door. He kept turning
Try
the
to find
doorknob.
something to hit him with.
The bathroom had a small blurry window,
Put some
but
slippery
I
on the
was able
ground.
to see
Brown.
outside. So,
Don't
just
show the face.
then, I got a
Oh,
glimpse
let me
of what
scoop
was at the
back.
door.
Oh
It was a
shoot!
clown,
Oh shoot!
with green hair and without a nose.
Oh,
He was
without a
wearing a very
nose?
weird outfit and was
Bro, that just
holding
scared
a
the mess out of me.
gigantic knife.
Bro, that's the
I
Joker on
had no
crack.
other choice, so I quickly hopped inside the bath, opened the big window,
Oh,
and
she's
jumped
smart.
out.
Oh, she gonna slip off the
I
roof.
slid off the big
I
roof
know.
and fell on the concrete. I couldn't
Get
even
up! You
feel my
gotta
injury
run.
because I was so scared.
You gotta run.
As I was about to hop on the fence, I
Please.
heard the cops. They
Just keep
entered our
jumping.
house, and after that, they arrested and cuffed him. When he
Bro,
walked past
why
me,
y'all
I
playing?
was
This
so
is scary because
scared
you know
and
this
my
was
body
happening
was
in real life.
shivering.
That little That little
But
area that
I was
happened with the
glad
clowns
that it
coming
was
around,
over.
they had came to
The
my city.
police contacted my
They ain't came.
parents,
They
so they
apparently
came
came to
back
our
home
school,
in a
but I ain't
hurry.
see it.
I would
It's
see them
scary.
again, and I knew that I was safe now. From then on, I never stayed at home alone, and that
I
clown guy
understand. I
was
wouldn't
in
want to.
prison for several years for scaring kids and for possible murder.
Murder.
This happened when I was
Hold up, they
17
getting
years
straight into it. Okay, first animation. Okay, so these are actually pretty short. They all like probably 4 minutes, so we could definitely watch a couple of these. But first animation was great. But let me tell you, when that clown face appeared through that window, when they showed it, I got so scared. Cause honestly, I didn't expect it to look like that. I expected some cartoony clown, one that's like it's supposed to be intimidated, but you can like be like, oh okay. But no, that thing scared the mess out of me, and the loud duh scared me anymore. So I get that first scary story definitely a 10 out of 10. Always gonna be a 10 out of 10. I already know. But let's get to the second horror story.
I was a senior in high
That
school.
was scary.
It was the middle of the week, and my friends and I were chatting online about wanting to do something new and fun over the weekend. We usually just went to the movies, went to the mall, or got dinner, and I thought we should try something different. The next day, I was in the computer lab for one of my classes, and I had some time to kill because I finished my assignment early. Keep in mind, Snapchat and Instagram were just starting up and didn't have the same kind of popularity as it has
This
today.
had to be too
So
long
the only
ago.
thing we really had at the time was Facebook. However,
Oh.
my school was strict and blocked Facebook, so the only thing I could really do was read articles on news websites.
Onesie News.
While searching and scrolling through the internet,
Folks
an
got their
article
own
showed up.
news site.
It was about an interview with a man who was discussing the truth of paranormal activity around the area I grew up in. Intrigued, I read the article and looked up the places the guy was talking about.
This is good.
And sure enough, I found a bunch of things. One place in particular caught my eye. It was a place about 20 minutes away from where I lived.
Oh,
It was
don't
known to
go.
have multiple paranormal occurrences happen on the exact same road. As soon as class ended, I texted my friends about what I found, and we all agreed on going and seeing what this road
Oh
was all
no,
about Friday
they
night.
some bold people, but no
Friday
sir,
night
they
finally
crazy.
arrived.
I
It
would
was
not
me
go
and four
there.
of my friends. Right before we entered the location, I parked my car and had my friend drive, because we believed that if a guy drove, not much would happen. So
What?
she drove my car while I was sitting in
Okay,
the
to be
passenger
honest, that
seat.
don't really make sense, but who knows?
While switching seats, my other friends put baby powder on the top of my car, because one of my other friends read that it helps people see when ghosts touch or brush your car.
Oh, that makes
It
sense.
started
Okay,
to
I get
drizzle
what
a
he's
bit,
saying.
which bummed us out because the baby powder would be
Yeah, it's
washed
gonna
away.
get washed away.
As we were driving my
inside
car,
the
we
car?
turned off the radio to make it more suspenseful. All of a sudden, we heard someone from a distance scream bloody murder.
Oh!
At that moment, I heard the sound of a car door trying to be opened, as if someone was aggressively trying to get
Heck
into my
no!
car.
Skirt off!
After that, we saw a police car driving so fast with the sirens on, as if they were chasing someone on a major highway.
What the
The
world?
problem with that was the road was paper thin and had tons of sharp turns. So you couldn't go that fast without crashing into another car.
That's a
Plus,
ghost
the
car,
car
huh?
didn't have any of the county police or trooper tags from the area I lived in.
It's a ghost car.
I knew that because my dad was a cop, and I saw all kinds
my
of different cop
gosh.
tags in my
That
lifetime.
scream scared me, guys.
I was freaked out that those two things just occurred.
They need to turn
We were all
around.
freaked out and drove to the nearest parking lot so that we could calm down. As we got out of the
Never
car,
stop.
one of my friends started to freak out even
Yep.
more.
Yep. What
The
is it?
baby powder on the roof of my car was smeared, and
Yeah.
it was all over my passenger seat side door.
Oh,
What was even more
snap.
Was the fact that there were finger marks all over the door.
And
Now,
blood
this wouldn't
scratches.
normally creep me out, but we were driving the entire time, and we all made sure not to touch the doors when entering the car. The strangest part was that the finger marks had no fingerprints, but were clearly shaped like a hand.
Wait, but that don't make
It was
sense.
as if someone was trying to reach for the door handle.
Don't do the little devil hands.
Not only that,
Didn't the woman come up
we
and
also
pull the door
noticed that there
anyway?
were fingernail claw marks on my door handle.
Yeah.
This freaked me out because
Oh,
earlier
this is
I
good,
heard
y'all.
someone violently trying to open my door.
Oh, this monster about to scare me. Eventually, they're gonna show
In
his
the
face,
next few
y'all.
days, we told everyone, both online and in person, about that night and how it freaked us all out. Then someone
That's why
sent
you
me a
should
link to
never
an
go to
article about
places
the
like that.
street we drove on and
Y'all,
all the
don't
activity
ever
that
do
occurred
anything
on
like
it.
this with your friends. It's
But
not
it
worth your
wasn't the
life.
one I originally read. It was a different one. As I was reading the website, I started to notice that all the things mentioned also happened to me
I knew
the
it.
same exact way that night. But what
Oh,
freaks me out the most to this day
I'm gonna
is
scoot
thinking
back.
about what would have happened if I didn't have my door locked. Would the door
Oh,
have
they
opened
finna.
up?
Woo. It's not even scary. Calm down. It's okay. I'm so glad like they ain't creeped the door open and then made him pop out, cause I would have flew
A
back
few
into
days
my green
ago,
screen.
I went
All
to
right,
a
pause. That animation, I give it a 10 out of 10. Every animation gonna be a 10 out of 10. But I really like that second animation because it was so scary. It was the fact that it was scary, the suspense, and how every now and then they'll edit things that'll startle you. Definitely put me like on edge. I was hecka scared. And when they started showing the little claw marks on the car and the little hands of the little demon, I wasn't going, guys. I was too scared. But let's get into the second animation. Now, I didn't catch the name. I know it just popped up. It's called True Macy's Store Horror Story Animated. Are they talking about Macy's? Like Macy's?
A
I go
few
shopping
days
there.
ago, I went to a Macy's store
Oh
with
yeah,
my
she
mother
talking
and
about Macy's
son to
Macy's.
go check out some
Oh,
jewelry.
they in Paris, ain't no New
While
York.
my mom was checking out jewelry, I noticed an old man around his
Alright,
50s come
go
near
and call the
us.
cops. Or
He was
smack
about
'em.
8 feet from us.
They
At
animations is
first, I
good.
thought he was just a random customer checking
And then
something
drink
out
some
for his
water.
lady or something. Then, from the corner of my eye, I noticed he was just standing there without moving and looking at us. It made me feel uncomfortable, so I turned around, moving the stroller, which my
No,
toddler
need to
was
walk up
in,
to him and confront him.
because I didn't want him looking at my baby. I turned my eyes to look at him again, and I could see that he was just staring at me with a creepy
Heck
look.
no.
He was staring at
Pause.
me, and
I'm gonna tell you what you do. You do this. Hey, what you looking at, bro? You're trying to jack or something? And he gonna be like, oh, my bad. See, you gotta act like a G. Cause I ain't finna let nobody sit there and stare at me, y'all. Alright, I just taught y'all something.
and my
Apply
baby. Then, all of a sudden, he grinned widely
it.
at
No,
us.
never mind.
The weirdest thing
If
about
y'all
him
confronted
was
him
that
and he
he
did
was
something like
wearing
that,
women's shoes and a scarf, and also holding
oh,
a
hold
dress
up.
in his hand.
My
He
man
opened
slayed.
his mouth and tried to say something. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I could read his lips. I like you. I like your baby. I just thought the man was a weirdo.
What the
And then
world?
my mom also noticed that he was odd and creepy.
Bro,
We
call the
saw that my
cops.
mom was glaring at
Pause. Don't take my advice. Don't confront him. Call the cops and run.
him, so he walked
Especially
away.
if they wearing some women's
But
shoes.
then he appeared on the opposite side of us and started staring at me again. This time, he pulled his phone
No,
out
don't take a
and made it seem
picture.
like he was about to take a picture. He
Bro,
was staring
is
at
none
us,
of the
and
other
his eyes
customers at work
opened
seeing
widely.
this?
He was smiling like a crazy psychopath. That was enough.
Punch him.
I
Yes.
wanted to go up to him and tell him to get away from us, but I had my boy with me and didn't want
Aw, her
anything to
baby's so
happen,
cute,
so I
but
chose to just get
that
out of
ain't
there.
important.
I
Forget
told a
get out
lady who was
there.
working there what happened. She said that she would go take a look at him. A few minutes later, she came
She
back
too
and told
bold.
us that he was a customer who has been reported before by other people.
But
My
y'all didn't
mom
think none
asked,
of it?
"Why hasn't he been kicked out then?"
Facts or
The
or
lady said,
in custody or
"Well,
something?
because he hasn't threatened or hurt anyone, so the store doesn't have a good enough reason to kick him out." My mom and I were pissed off because obviously the man is just there to harass people.
Yeah.
The lady then told us that he said something creepy to her and also made her uncomfortable. She told us that when she went to go ask him what he was up to, he told her that he went to the store to return a dress. He decided that he didn't like that he bought it for his lady. He told her with a smile,
Or this
"Yeah,
music.
I need to change quickly because she's cold now." My mom and I instantly felt so creeped out, so we
Hold up,
just
go back,
told
cause I
now,
really didn't
smile.
understand it.
Yeah, I need
Hold
got
up,
it
go
for
back.
his lady. He told her with a smile. Yeah, I need to change quickly because she's cold now. My mom and I instantly felt so creeped out,
I
so we
feel
just left.
what?
What did that mean?
I need
Could
to
he have
change
been hiding a
quickly.
dead body back at his place? A few days later, and I feel relieved that the crazy guy didn't harm us. But
the
I'm
world?
still wondering what he meant by, she's cold now.
That one was fine. That one was fine. Also, I'm gonna remind y'all again, don't take my advice, cause after I saw the women's shoes, I knew it was something wrong with him. Don't confront nobody, just run. Alright, so the next one's called True Horror Story About the Man Who Snuck Into Our House. Okay, I already know I'm about to get scared. Cause they gonna be throwing some jump scares in, bro. Hey.
This
I
story
ain't even realize they
happened
over here
in the summer
self-promoting.
of
Sorry, y'all. I'm too
2017 when
into
I
it.
was 10 years old. My older brother and I had a babysitter, and she was around the age of 17. Since my mom
I
was
used to want
home
to
on
babysit, fun
Tuesdays,
fact.
the
Like,
babysitter
as an
would
actual
come
job,
on
but
the other
I'm glad I didn't
weekdays.
do it.
Most days when she babysat, we would go to the neighborhood pool, hang out, and eat
No, I
lunch
couldn't
there.
do that. Too many
Then
people.
we went back home and my mom would arrive a bit later at around
Man,
5:30
that
in the
house is
evening.
nice, man.
On one Thursday, the day was just an ordinary one, and the babysitter came around 8 in the morning. A few hours later, we decided to head to the pool and eat lunch. We all got ready and headed out the door. As I used to be a little paranoid back then, every time I went outside, I made sure I
Hey,
locked
this
the
is
door
interesting. Why is
and
this
would
not getting off the
immediately
screen?
turn the
There you go.
doorknob and try to open it to make sure it was locked. The door was definitely locked, so we walked to the pool and swam for a while. Then we ate lunch and
Oh,
decided to head back to the
from the
house.
looks of that other perspective,
When we
like she
got
ate the
home,
whole
I
burger in
pulled
one
out the
bite.
key from my bag, but I noticed that the door was a crack open. I pushed
Oh,
it, and
snap.
the door swung open. A little chill ran down my spine as I remembered that I made sure the door was
Yep, she
locked
locked
before
it, y'all.
leaving.
Call the
My
cops.
babysitter had a frightened look on her face too,
What you
but
doing?
my stupid brother thought nothing of it and just walked right in, so we followed him. About my
Oh my
house,
god.
when you walk into
That's
the
that slow
house, to
stuff.
the right is an entryway to the
You can
living
let him
room,
go in. I'ma sit
and straight
outside and
ahead
call the
is a hallway
cops.
to the kitchen. The stairs are to the right of the hallway, and you can see the upstairs railing from the entrance. We walked into the kitchen and set our stuff down, and I went to go lock the door. After I shut it, I turned back around to go back to the kitchen, but something caught my attention at the corner of my eye.
It's a man.
Looking up at the railing, I could see the silhouette of someone crouched behind a tall, narrow floor fan.
Girl,
I
wrong. Why was
looked a
y'all
little
just chilling
closer,
in the house
and I could see
anyway?
their eyes. They were wide open and were staring directly
Bro,
at me.
run!
I was
Wait, look
frozen in
crazy.
fear and couldn't move. All I
Oh,
could do was stare.
pause. That's Dave's fault. She knows she locked the door. So look, A, you know you locked the door. B, you know you locked the door. C, you know you locked the door and when you came back to the house it was cracked open. D, you know you came back to the house and it was cracked open. You know you locked the door. So the final answer is E. You don't need to call the cops. Why they in there just chilling trying to fix some PPs and J's and stuff? They dead. They dead.
Back
They
at
shouldn't make
them,
it out
not
alive.
knowing if it was a man or
They ain't
woman.
making it out alive.
My babysitter called for me to come to the kitchen, and the figure slowly walked into a nearby room and disappeared. I ran into the kitchen, telling my babysitter and brother what I saw. At first, they didn't
And
believe
then they
me,
ain't taking her
but then,
serious.
all of a sudden, we were all silent as we heard slow footsteps
Yeah.
creaking from upstairs.
Yeah.
She quietly grabbed both her
Nah,
phone
don't
and a
bite your
kitchen
nails.
knife and ushered us to the back door. She slowly
Oh, boy,
turned
he
the
got on them
doorknob
shoes
and tried to
SpongeBob was
not
wearing in
make
that
any
one
noise while
episode.
opening
Show
the
the clip.
door. We made it to the backyard, and she was going to call 911 on her phone.
Yes.
But before she could, we heard a tapping sound coming from one of the windows on the second floor. So we all looked up, and then we saw him. He was a man, late 50s, short black hair, eyes still wide open, staring at us. He was pushing the blinds out of the way, so we saw his face very clearly. We screamed and started running to the gate on the side of the backyard.
Bro, still
The
call the cops are
babysitter dropped
running.
her phone while scared,
Oh
so I
my
picked it up
gosh.
and ran behind her.
Oh, good stuff.
I
Good
dialed
stuff.
911,
She's
told
smart,
them our
honestly.
address, and explained to the operator what just happened.
She's smart. I'm so
She
glad
said they would be there in a few minutes, told us to go to a nearby neighbor's house and stay there until the cops arrived.
Go to the nearby neighbor. No,
We rang a doorbell a few times, and one of our neighbors, who was retired, came outside. He let us in, and we explained what happened as we were looking out of the window.
Like the type of neighbor that'll keep
then
a
we
shotty
saw
for your
3
body,
cop cars
so
pulling up, and the cops were surrounding my home. 3 cops headed in through the front door and investigated our house. We went outside to tell them that we were okay, and the other police officers started questioning us. Soon the cops came back after finding nothing and doing a thorough investigation. They told us it would be best to not stay home, as the person may come back. So the babysitter said we could go to her house, which is about a mile away. Just then, we heard our neighbors screaming from down the street.
I told y'all. He went into a neighbor house. Well, I thought he had gone to the other house.
A policeman's car was set on fire and was smoking a lot. The cops spotted a man running past the corner down towards the end of the street.
About like 50s.
One officer took us to the babysitter's house, while the other 3 went after that man. We later found out that the man had gotten away.
Oh my
so
God!
So he never got arrested. Our parents arrived.
These the trashiest cops ever. This man has set a car on fire, harassed the neighbor, harassed them. Them folks should have pulled out their pistol, shot him in the back of a leg. Not killed him. Shot him in the back of the leg so they could slow his running. These cops suck. These piece of crap cops. They could at least been balling after him in a high-speed chase, even though he was on foot. What the freak? What the freak? Come on,
home
man.
As they were contacted by the police and freaked out. Later that night, we came back to the house and we searched the whole place to see if anything was missing. A cash box that was stored in my parents' bedroom was missing, but we didn't report it since the man was never found. I have no idea who that was or how he opened our front door. I still wonder to this day what would have happened if I never noticed the man. He could have done something to us while we were sleeping. I still feel uneasy sometimes when I'm home alone.
Ugh, dog, somebody need to brush their teeth. Alright, this gonna be our last story because we already 18 minutes in. So for the last story, we're gonna react to I realized that my best friend doesn't exist anymore. And this one about seemed like it's about to be lit. The last story was good. Kind of made me mad that one, the cops didn't catch him. 2, that they really should have died. I'm gonna be honest. But who knows? Next story, let's hope it be a good one to end us out. It's called I Realized That My Best Friend Doesn't Exist Anymore. Let's get into it. Yeah, I'm nervous though.
It all started one summer afternoon in August. My best friend Mike invited me to his house. Mike was the type of kid you'd call a nerd. He always got good grades, wore glasses, had freckles, and believed in things like dragons and magic.
Does not mean you're a nerd, guys.
One of Mike's favorite things to do was performing magic for me. Every time I'd come over, he'd perform magic. But this magic trick, though, would be the one that I'd never forget. When I got to Mike's house, he said, "I have a new magic trick to show you, and it's the best one." He grabbed my hand and we went into the living room where he had a large box in front of his family photo. It was all 4 of his family members in that picture. Mike, Josh, and his mom and dad.
My family looked nice.
The box was about his size so we could fit in it. And his older brother Josh was standing next to it. So I sat down on a couch and Mike started introducing the name of
You
his
know,
magic trick.
wait, before we fully get into it, I'm not gonna pause after this. But I like the fact that Mike really has a good friend. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I'm the type of person like, Mike, bro, if you calling me for another magic G, I'm not coming over. Leave me alone. No, I'm just playing. I might not do that, but hey, he an OG for coming over every time I call just to show him a magic trick. I mean, G, you could have FaceTimed me. I seen the iPhone at the beginning, but hey, Mike, do your thing. You got a good one.
It was called The Vanishing.
Oh, okay, they
Josh
came
opened the
in
door to
intense
the
with
large
that.
box where nothing was inside, and Mike walked in. After Josh closed the door again, he then said some weird words and then yelled, "Poof!" Josh slowly opened the box, and Mike was no longer in it.
Oh, he dead serious
However, I
disappeared.
was in the 7th grade,
He
so I was
said,
smart enough to know that under the box was a
yeah,
trap door so he could climb down out of it.
that's what I knew.
So I looked down at the bottom of the box,
But there's no trap
but to
door.
my surprise, nothing was there.
It's a
No
back
door,
door.
no secret, no Mike.
It's probably something you dumped.
Just at
and it
that
fall
moment, my
out.
mom called and said that I need to come home right now. I said bye to Josh, grabbed my backpack, and yelled, "Nice trick, Mike. Gotta go." Everything was fine, just until the next day.
Y'all was wait,
The
why?
next
Hold up.
day,
Man, I
Mike didn't
want to
invite
pause.
me, but I thought of going to his house
Why
again.
his brother look like
I
that?
ran up to
Nah,
his
they
house,
killed
stood
that
in front of the
man.
door, and rang the doorbell 3 times. His dad came out and said, "Oh, hello. Nice to meet you." He acted like
That look cool.
that he'd never seen me before. It was weird, but I asked, "Good afternoon, sir. Is Mike home?" Then I could see his confused face, and he answered,
Mike.
"Mike?
Yep, I
Who is
knew
Mike?"
it. Oh
I felt stupid at that
man.
moment, as if I had come to the wrong house. I then quickly asked, "Your son Mike. You have 2 sons." During explaining the situation, I felt irritated, so I pushed him to the side to get into the living room.
How you gonna push
"Josh," I
his
said,
dad?
pointing to the photo, and then my eyes widened. Mike wasn't in the photo.
What
I
happened
was
to
pointing to
Mike?
nothing, which would have been where Mike should be standing in that picture. I panicked, and I
Them
couldn't
folks
believe what
killed
was
Mike
going
and
on here.
erased him from
I then
history.
said, "You're your son, Mike. He has good grades, and he's good at magic."
Oh yeah, this young good.
Oh, the box. I thought that everyone was playing a prank with me or something, but he looked extremely confused and even terrified. He looked at me as if I was some kind of lunatic.
All right, they gotta chill.
So
with
I
this.
ran upstairs to check the box, and I opened the door thinking that I must be dreaming. The room was full of bookshelves and beanbags, all in a
That
circle.
room looked kind of turned though. Hold
It was
on.
just a cozy reading room. I was horrified. I kept saying, "No, it
Bro, they
can't be,"
making these
over and
reactions
over.
so intense.
That moment, Josh came in the room.
You killed
I
them
thought,
and made them
this is the
disappear.
last chance. I quickly took out my phone thinking that I could remind Mike to them by showing selfies that I took with Mike before. However, just when I did, he was in none of the pictures. The one where I gave him a
He
hug,
been imagining
where we went to the
these
other friend's
friends,
birthday
bro.
party and
I
took a
think-
picture with the clown,
What's going on?
nothing was there.
This is great.
It was like he never even existed before. And I felt that moment was like a nightmare. To this day, there is literally no one who remembers Mike in my town.
What so?
I still can't believe what happened to Mike, but I definitely believe that Mike is real. And he must be somewhere.
No, don't end it like that. Wow. Then we gotta add.
Build
Prevent-
custom
whatever.
industrial machines.
Pause. That's how they gonna end it. Wow. What happened to Mike? How they gonna end it right there? Was he like why are we left so clueless? We don't know if he was an imaginary friend or was I don't even know was the boy that was narrating it just hallucinating, or did they really just wipe Mike from history? What just happened? I don't know, guys, but I know I enjoyed these reactions for sure. I don't know my favorite one because they all were good. It was the clown one was good. The one about the babysitter, nah, that wasn't good. It was good, but it made me mad. And then I think the Mike one I like the most. I think the Mike one gonna be my favorite because although it left me clueless, it's like it left me feeling like I want more. I guess that's why I liked it, because you never know what did happen to Mike. It's endless things that could have happened. It was just cool and very intriguing. But tell me y'all favorite reaction or story that we reacted to. Shout out to Wancy for dropping these amazing animated series. If you like this episode or content, let me know and I could do more episodes of this, like reacting to horror stories and or just reacting in general. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy. I hope you're having an amazing day. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can be one of the first people to be notified when I drop my new YouTube video. Also, follow my social medias below, which is mostly my Instagram. That's the one I'm primarily focused on. I stopped using my Twitter, to be honest, but follow my Instagram. I'm on the road to 300 subs. I mean, well, followers. But on YouTube, I am on the road to 100 subs. So if you could spread the channel, share the link, and post it on your stories, or just show it to family, show my channel to family. With that being said, though, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.